And we're back, humanoids, for another episode of What's More Important Than Self-Care. There's been a lot going on. But the good thing is, our stories are currently being written. This isn't the end. We all have options and choices in life to guide us and shape us into the way that we want ourselves to be. Because of that, there is hope. Because of free will and the ability for people to change, there is hope. The children are our future, and teach them well and let them lead the way. We need to educate the youth so that people are grown up believing, yes, you can because, and not no, you can't because. This channel in general is to help people learn how to love themselves more. At the same time as uplifting people, I want people to think and be engaged in conversations with themselves about how they were brought up and what needs to change in their eyes. And then also conversations with other people oh, mom, auntie, dad, uncle, grandpa, let's talk about your story and start communicating with each other, telling people stories. I'm really excited for what's to come. After all of this strife and all the crazy things that we've experienced, I think that there's so much room to come out of this stronger and smarter. So many unknowns, but at the same time, the unknowns don't have to be negative. There is a way that we can manifest and create a positive flow out of all of this chaos. I'm hoping that that's what comes out of all the crazy things that we've been going through, the positive change that's going to happen, seeing dramatic things so they can have a flame under their ass to act. So I am excited for that. Because we're so comfortable not caring and being in our own little bubbles. And it's easier to not be empathic or even close yourself off to empathy. I feel like everyone could be empathic if they just grew up learning how to be an empath, appreciating and being grateful for things. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people were stunted at younger ages in order to be open to empathy. Maybe that's not true, but I feel like we're probably all born with the same amount, and then like a rubber band, the more you stretch it, the bigger it'll get. Just like the mind of a child. Once certain people in power die because they're old AF, that'll make room for younger people that will probably be more in favor of change. And I'm so excited to see that now with having a win with Biden and with flipping the House. I still think politics, having this bipartisanship, I think that it's just all propaganda. We should have more groups represented. I think that's what'll happen in the future. But yeah, I'm just throwing on some Sub-Q Eyes Advanced Serum, which I love. I did that under my eyes. I already did put on some of my hyaluronic acid from Hylamide. And I'm feeling lazy, but I just learned a new trick. I just use 5 dots of the different things to make this really pretty skin tint. So my face has a little bit more color in it. 1 drop of the little orange sea buckthorn fruit oil. It's all orange. And a little bit of this potency CBD serum because I love it, and CBD has a crazy antioxidant power. Pycnogenol. I just got this from the Ordinary store. It was $9, so I wasn't tripping about splurging. And it is extracted from French pine trees. You know what? Why don't I just read about it? On the website for The Ordinary, it says, Pycnogenol is a natural plant extract derived from the pine bark of French maritime pine trees. It contains procyanidins, bioflavonoids, and organic acids that work in synergy to rejuvenate the skin with the aim of enhancing skin hydration and elasticity. Yes, make me a rubber band. Pycnogenol protects these proteins from degradation, helping to nourish the skin from the inside out. Being a unique and powerful antioxidant, pycnogenol scavenges for free radicals before they cause damage by oxidative stress. It can also recycle oxidized vitamin C to restore its activity. The Ordinary Pycnogenol 5% is free of artificial colors. The formula's deep red color is due to the high procyanidin content in pycnogenol. After application, please wash hands and avoid product contact with light-colored fabric as it may stain. Amen. Stain me, honey.
Stain me.
It says apply alone or after water-based serums, before oils or heavier creams. Alternatively, mix with other treatments to enhance their antioxidant capacity significantly. Yeah, I mean, my little trick, I mix it with a bunch of things for my little quick makeup skin tint trick. Yeah, I read about it on Health MD too, or whatever, one of those websites. and it's super interesting. I think it was like helping the brain function better when taken as a supplement. I don't know. It's red. Not sure if you can see that. This guy's gonna get 1 drop as well. We're going to do the rose hip seed. 2 drops. 1, 2. A little bit of squay. 100% plant-derived squalane. Bloop. Bleep, blop, bleep. Just made this little concoction. And I am just gonna plop this on my face and massage it into my beard and sit on my neck, oh, and work it in, and work it in, and work it in. Put it on the back of my hands, on the back of my hands. See? I'm freaking tan, man. I go out into the sun every day, man. I'm a surfer, man. Yeah, hang loose. I'm like, I think it's this one. Hang loose, man. I don't know if we, us ever talked about this. It's a pillowcase that was a Christmas gift from the woman that I consider to be my second mom that I grew up next to as one of my neighbors on a ranch in Northern California. We don't have accents like that. And she found this, which was a caricature from an old wonderful coworker named Alicia when we worked together in San Francisco at the MAC Cosmetics Pro Store. I don't know where she found this, maybe in a barn, literally. And she found this illustration and then she copied it and made it into a freaking pillowcase. It reminds me of how much collagen I've lost in my lips. No, I'm just kidding. At first I was like, how am I even going to put this in my house? Like, I'm going to look like freaking Narcissus, like, oh, I have pictures of me in my house. But then I put it on this pillow and I put it in my little music corner and I was like, oh, it's kind of badass actually. And you know, sometimes you just want to sit on your own face. Ba-dum-bum. Also, that same neighbor, for another Christmas gave me, or I think it was my birthday, this little pillow. Without music, life would be flat. So good. Anyway, I put them together for my lower lumbar support. Can't forget about our good old eye cream, you guys. Never forget. Honestly, I just put eye cream on throughout the day. While I'm at home, like quarantining, I just get that eye cream on there, honey. Let that set for a little bit. So I really like the Ordinary concealer. I'm going to do equal parts 2.1 and 1.0. I've never really liked makeup primers. I just hear a lot of mad reviews from my clients being like, oh, it really helped my makeup stay on. So I love this for its waterproofness. Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer, really good one. And always get the bigger one. The small one is like, why? I am only going to use it where I have a little bit of porridge. And I don't mean like Goldilocks. I'm just going to do a really light layer just so that all the makeup can lay down nice and flat. Just patting it around my eyes. See these little itty bitty dots? Itty bitty bitty bitty. Itty bitty dot dots. Itty bitty dot dots. Itty bitty 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 dot dot. Selena, anybody? Just me? Okay. I'm gonna press it right here. I'm gonna press it right here. Gonna press it right here. Gonna press. Gonna press it under my eye.
A little on my nose. A little on my forehead.
A little on the little bit of rest of my face. I'm just taking the darkest one. I just want the tiniest bit of product. Okay, just enough coverage. Now I'm gonna add extra shape and color. I kind of have a beard today, so I don't have to be too precise with my cheek contour. It's nice to not have to worry about half your face. I mean, you still have to work the skincare and the makeup into your beard and then just take the excess off, but for the most part, not having to worry about this as much is like real nice. Now just doing my usual, working it into the very outside of my Receding hairline? I don't know, it might be. You know I gotta work it into my little part. A little bit on my nose. I'm gonna use this guy all over my eye. Focusing the color on my lid. Leaving it just a little bit lighter under my brow. Sometimes I just go into a country accent. I mean, I did kind of grow up in the cuts, but we didn't have accents. Or, we didn't have accents to us. My grandpa's from Oklahoma. That means I'm extra white. Not something I want to admit these days. Or ever. Sure. No offense, white people. Maybe you should just get your ish together. Doing my usual highlight through the center of my eye. It's nice to look down into the mirror because then I'm not moving my face, trying to just look at what I'm doing. I always try to think of in what ways can I be more delicate to my skin. Which is why I'm trying to learn how to be a back sleeper and not a side sleeper. I like squishing my face in the pillow. I'm gonna add the highlight in the middle of my eye. And on the inside and outside, underneath. Putting a little bit of that brown. Dee-dee, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee 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 dee. Do 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 do. Just putting in a little bit of blush, just a little bit. Putting it on the outside of my apple and then working it forward to the front of my apple. Between my bloop and swoop. Pressing it into my nose. And working just a little bit right where the light color meets the bronzer. Gonna heat up my hands and press in the mirror. Obviously, I'm doing this because I want to look like I'm wearing barely any makeup. I always have a fear of looking like I'm wearing too much. You know why? Because people wear too much makeup these days, and it's hard to get like the lighting situation and friggin' hoo-ha, hee-ha, hoo-hoo. Got just a little bit of highlight, just a little bit. You know, it wouldn't be a modern makeup if I didn't give myself a little Carwin the Gold-Nosed Reindeer. You know, just a little extra.
And we're done.